OG, not Optic Gaming. We'll see what happens with this one. The draft is underway, as we'll be able to get you guys to go straight into it as we can go through these first few bans. The bans from TNC, the Viper and the Elder Titan, and OG banning out the Naga Siren, Nature's Prophet, and Pug. So again, we're starting to see this meta. Some teams just really sort of stray from the standard generic bans and very much go for these tailored bans in this first phase.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I hope teams take advantage of this. That when they get given the opportunity to pick these like really strong heroes currently. I want to see more teams expanding actually on the Wisp. I don't think there's that many teams that are still playing it. And I think that hero is actually very strong right now.
It definitely feels like the minority that will be willing to just first phase pick a Wisp.
Yeah, I think I've only really been seeing.
Well, who would do it here?
Liquid
would do it here. EG would do it here, right?
I guess EG could do it, yeah. Oh, the pay! And they, okay, this is what we were talking about is expanding, and this is what OG does. It's not banned. Yes, we get the second Pango game.
Right, who's going to play it? I imagine it will be S4, right?
Oh, okay. So we're getting a little bit of a hint that it could be Jerex playing it.
The roaming Pango.
And it's a Willow. We got both new heroes in the same game.
Both new heroes. We'll finally find out which one is the more OP. Pango versus Willow.
So do we actually? It is going to be Jerex. I've seen him play it in pubs.
No.
Do we know if S4 can play it though? Do we know if he's played it?
I mean, sure,
we don't
they
know.
Can play it.
We're not certain.
I mean, come on, this hero's broken. Anyone can play it.
Oh, and I've seen your Pango.
That's true. Didn't I? No, I probably lost.
I
think I've lost quite a few times. Actually, I'm going to check my win rate.
I don't even care about your win rate.
And this is how we know if the hero is broken. This is very.
If Owen's won with it, it's definitely.
Let's see. My win rate with 44% win rate.
That's not bad. I actually expected way worse.
Okay.
That's not bad.
All right. Played 9 games.
Wait, I played one of those on your computer. No, I'm just kidding. So Willow and Sand King opener by TNC. SCA when they play Sand King is actually one of my favorites. And Willow, I guess we'll probably be seeing Cuckoo playing it. And Tim's more than likely playing the Sand King, but there still could be Sam H playing that Sand King as well. All right.
Pango. Oh, I'm excited for this.
So I want to see how people adapt to the Pango too, because in pubs, some people are getting used to it where you want to pick a hero that can actually be able to disable that hero during the ulti, something like a Naga, but Naga was banned by OG early on.
What about the Pudge? This is the time to bring Pudge back into the meta, boys and girls.
It's so, dude, you need the Aether Lens in order to bite the Pango. It's actually so, dude, Pudge is just way too weak. You got to nerf too much.
Pudge is actually Pudge is actually so bad at the moment.
You can't get boots slow. Like you can't. Even if you get boots level 1,
and then the rot slow is just
it's super slow.
And 17, 30,
you're like
absolutely awful.
You're the slowest hero as well. So
Pango Warlock.
OG is going for their comfort support here. They've looked really solid actually on the Warlock, and I do like Warlock. I actually think this hero is a bit underrated.
I mean,
the Fatal Bonds is always going to be really threatening.
Fatal Bonds and Swashbuckle is Swashbuckle is that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, it just gives you, these two heroes are going to give you a lot of team fight already.
But if it is going to be Jerex playing it, do you like the fact that they are your two supports potentially?
I mean, I don't know if Jerex is going to play it.
We don't know if Jerex will play it, but we said
if it is Jerex playing it, the two supports, they have no catch. That's the problem.
Surely they're going to stick it on the offlane.
I would imagine they put it on offlane, and I think if they do run it as Jerex on the 4, they have to pick heroes with ways to catch on the other 3, because otherwise they're really going to struggle to grab anybody without their ultimates available.
Well,
I'm trying to find out. Does chat know if S4 plays?
What's chat saying?
Chat says
S4 head Pango. That's all they're typing at the moment.
I don't know if they're actually. Yeah. I don't think they know anything about this. But we'll find out.
Techies?
Nah, don't listen to them. So Shadow Fiend gets banned out by OG.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously one of the TNC comfort mids that they do like to grab.
10 seconds remaining.
Mr. Armel, but we'll see.
I'm glad we do get to see like people actually experimenting and getting to play the Pango. Because to be honest, even as like casters and stuff, like anybody, you watch the hero and you really don't know everything about it. Sure, you can understand the abilities. Like the Heart Piercer is going to be really good versus like in the late game because you've set everybody to 0. All of his abilities are great to wave clear, but you don't really know the true power of the hero until you start seeing it. Even the bunch of the pros, you don't know what this hero's true potential is until you get to see it in that pro aspect a lot of times.
I mean, I'm happy. No
matter what happens this game, I'm happy.
These two heroes, honestly, I'm sure once we see them come through in more games, Mr. Ice Frog's going to be sitting at home going, we made a mistake, boys. These heroes
they're going to have to tweak. They're going to have to tweak some numbers. I do.
You would imagine so. As I said, it's going to be interesting to see which one's going to prevail. Obviously, probably going to be in different positions, but always a bit of fun to see the Pango versus Dark Willow. Very sort of akin to most pub games after these two heroes came out. Always first pick Dark Willow, first pick Pango. Everyone wanted to play the new heroes.
I mean, my big thing with Willow is mostly like, sure, has 2 ultis, people talking about that, but the way that Terrorize is the same at all levels is my big problem. It's 4-second fear from the first level. It's just no matter what, it's 4 seconds. Sure, this cooldown is the thing that scales, but the fact that it's always a 4 seconds at that first level is crazy.
They grab the Gyro. It's still there, not to be deterred by, as we've been bringing up, the fact that this hero has a pretty abysmal win rate here at LAN.
Yeah,
they
the
still
win
want
rate
it.
is a what's
the win rate?
It's like 20. I think I have to refresh the page.
We'll refresh the page.
It is a. It's taking a moment.
Come on.
It didn't load that quickly. 27% across 18 games.
27% win rate.
So, yeah, really strong.
Oh, that's not great. What's Dark Willow's win rate, actually?
Dark Willow's is...
a few games.
Dark Willow's is decent. It's not something like crazy, but 45%.
Okay.
It wins some, it loses some, you know. Everybody's kind of experimenting with it, too.
Yes, absolutely. All the multiple teams trying out the Willow.
So, OG. There's no Lifestealer to pick versus the Gyro. The Terrorblade is also banned out, so if they want, the Lifestealer is one of the best options versus that Gyro besides those that are banned.
I meant
Juggernaut. Sorry,
I was going to say you mean Juggernaut. And that is certainly a hero that OG will play.
Yes, they could definitely play it. And
I mean, Jug's super good because it's great against the Willow as well. Actually having some sort of way to damage her through the Shadow realm.
I do really like Jug if OG wants to grab that. And this could be the setup
for it. They're doing it!
The Mag first, and then they can get the Jug afterwards.
Oh, it was absolutely atrocious, the game where they played Magnus before, but they're going to try it again, and I'm so happy that they're doing this, OG, because...
Yes. Do we get so much... We get such fun games.
We have Magnus and Pangolier.
Yes. 10 seconds remaining.
And hey.
Dude, I want to see some RP into Pango.
Because in Power on the Swashbuckler, you get the extra damage, right?
You get the damage.
You get the damage, but you don't cleave. But you do get an extra bit of bonus damage to the Swashbuckler.
And I mean, RP's a good setup for Pango to get all the spells off on, right? You can do a lot of damage there. And also, if you get a bunch of heroes there, then Pango gets a shield crash on. There's like no damage that you're going to really be able to do to that Pango.
Straight up 80% or
if you hit multiple, if you're going to hit all those heroes, you get that.
Wait, 100%.
Massive percent.
It's 20% per hero, isn't it, at the max level? I want to say.
I don't think so. I think it's like...
Is it 16%?
16% each, I'm pretty sure.
I think it might be 20%.
Is it 20%?
Is it that broken?
18%, sorry.
18, well, okay. So
it's pretty much 20%.
Do the maths there. So it's 90%.
Yes.
There we go.
Fiat's
90% damage reduction of all
damage.
But
if it's a 5-man RP, that's the game's over.
I mean,
you don't get 5-man RPs.
He's going to be hitting 5-man RPs.
Okay,
you can't, you know, this man.
So what else happened?
The legendary Magnus. Even though last time I said that, it didn't work out.
Yeah, don't say legendary.
I won't say legendary. I'll say potentially quite scary.
What got changed recently? This hero just got changed. The RP is better now at level 1. Right?
Oh yeah, did it get changed?
It got buffed a slight amount, right? It's a longer duration now at the first level, if I'm not mistaken. Skewer radius is 10 larger, and RP is 0.5 seconds longer at the first level, but ends up being the same at the end.
All right.
So they buffed the early game a little bit of Mag.
Extra bit of girth, extra bit of stamina. Exactly what he needs.
Okay. I was like, wait, is this a Willow core? But no. So Rubik Sanking support, Rubik Willow supports, and Sam H will be playing the Sanking. Yeah. So Rubik versus Mag. Rubik's got a lot of good spells to steal here.
He does.
He's got all the Warlock spells, Pango, Magnus, RP, Rolling Thunder. Could be some cool combos.
Yeah, I was trying to. I was hoping. You know, Rubik steals the ball. He doesn't turn into like a little green ball, does he? He just looks the same. That's disappointing.
Okay, they go the troll instead.
Yeah, troll Magnus.
They like their troll as well.
Another way. Sure, you don't sort of have the magic immunity like a Juggle Lifestealer has against the Gyro, but you are one of those heroes that if you can just get the troll on top of the Gyro and you get a lucky bash, the Gyro doesn't stand much chance at most parts of the game, especially if you're empowered.
It gives you. I mean, it's always going to give you tons of objective taking as well. The troll, and you farm at a very fast. You farm at a faster pace than most heroes with that empower.
And
they ban or spirit?
Potentially stupid question here, Fog, but I'm always, I don't care if I ask stupid questions.
No, you're smart. You're a smart boy.
Troll Warlord, the spinning the axes, the Shadow Realm hit. Can that miss? Or is it one of those hits that always hits? Because could you use the axes?
It can absolutely miss. It can miss.
So
it can absolutely miss.
So you can use it against the Shadow Realm Dark Willow to make sure she can't hit you with the nuke?
Yeah.
There we go.
It
might make the difference.
Maybe it makes a difference.
It's a lot of damage that you're stopping her getting off. I mean, sure, she's going to be firing it from about 2 miles away because of the incredible range, but if you happen to be on top of her...
Great question, Owen. Great question. The people at home did not know.
I mean, you never know how... this hero is incredibly strong. There was a chance that, it hits all the time. Yeah. Wow.
So they ban Lycan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how are they going to close this one up, OG? They're still looking as so we still don't really know.
But
you think it is going to be
It has to be an offlane.
It has to
be an
off
offlane.
lane. Okay.
I mean, we'll find out right now.
But did they really pick a second support as their 5th pick?
TNC's turn to
They do. So that should be the support comp.
They do?
Or they do. I mean, it could be an offlane.
No,
next.
I mean it's
You
more
think
like no. It's I mean it's probably the support next.
Mate, well, you're saying Jerax can play it. Is there anything to say that Jerax won't just play the offlane?
Maybe he
S4
plays
might
offlane.
play the mid, and then Mad might step down to a support role.
Oh,
They might switch it up.
there's no
5
actually, dude.
seconds
S4 mag.
S4 mag.
I mean, I'd
ladies
love
and
me some
gentlemen,
S4
they
mag,
could
but-
certainly make those sort of role switches if they wanted to.
That'd be kinda
something
cool.
to bear in mind.
That'd be pretty cool.
We'll see how TNC finish
I don't
this.
really. What's the Knicks picks? I'm kind of curious why they would pick the Knicks versus all this.
It is good against the Willow.
But it's just you're picking a Knicks to counter the 5.
I mean, it's the bro. It's a Willow.
Oh, I guess maybe to stop all the combos
it's
out.
pretty annoying against the. I mean, it's one of those
Sanking
that
too,
Jara
like-
doesn't like playing against.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe they just. Okay.
And it's one of those sort of you do have, as well as the pickup potential, some sort of follow up to the RPs as well.
No. Wait. Maybe it's because they want something to give the vision to start the fight, right? The Vendetta Nyx Assassin to scout out for the team, and Armel.
It's a very good Timber game.
Armel Timber.
It's a very good Timber game.
But Pango, Heart Piercer is pretty good versus Timbersaw.
Oh, and look at the two heroes that made up.
S4 Nyx.
It is an S4 Nyx and a Jerax
Jerax,
Pangolier.
They're gonna swap roles. Probably
Weppus
then.
was right. He was the one giving us the insight. Of course, shout out Weppus. We'll be doing the
Thank you,
observing for these games.
Armel
So, yes.
Timber. We saw him
Yeah.
go pretty ham on this hero.
No, so how many strength heroes have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4.
What?
3,
No.
2. What?
1.
1.
What? Did, Owen? I'm not. Now I'm questioning my co-caster.
I was, well, maybe TNC counted wrong as well. They look beefy.
I don't think so, Owen.
Why did they pick the Timbers? I mean, it's.
Owen, sometimes I'm so impressed, and I'm like, damn, Owen might actually be a divine zero player, but then you just make these comments, and you're just a legend player. It's
At
okay.
least
you'll get there.
I'll take being a legend.
You'll get there.
At least I'm not a herald. No, I love the chat. Poor old Sam, because he's Sam H. Isn't it? I like that meme. Everyone calls him Sam Herald.
Yeah,
'Cause
that one
he's
is
Sam H. I like
that
that
pretty
meme.
funny.
That's a fun one.
I mean, he's also like.
It's a friendly meme as well.
It's no flame against him against Sam H, but
Yeah.
a lot of the SE community they do look
Exactly.
at him as the weaker link on that team.
Yeah, it's just a bit of fun.
It's just a bit of
Sam
fun for Sam.
Herald.
I mean, you always hate on the offlaners too. They
It's-
always struggle.
I mean, everyone knows that he's really a Crusader, so it's fine to have a joke about it.
yeah.
We love you, Sam. Let's see how he does this game. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. TNC versus
So
OG.
it's not a core. Pango.
It isn't.
It is a support.
It is. We're not
Pango.
seeing what the role swap. It is Jerax roaming around, rolling
and Nyx
around.
off lane. Okay.
I'm an S4 Nyx assassin. I'm ready for this one.
I mean, I'm looking forward. You looking for the Nyx? I'm looking forward to the Pango. What are you kidding me?
Pango.
The
So-
4 Pango.
I like this one because it's this is a bit more fair. So we want to see Pango versus Willow. They're both in the support role, so they're sort of getting us even standing in that sense. So they're both starting off from the same sort of position.
I'm wondering if they have the damage to deal with this Timbersaw. I saw Armel go berserk on
I
this
think he
hero,
could
but he
be
was
good.
versus
He
a lot
could
of
be good.
strength heroes, and they can itemize to be able to try to deal with him. Fly,
Oh,
dodging the
oh,
brambles,
look at those jukes. This man has been in a few mazes in his lifetime.
and he's fine.
Do you have many mazes in NA, or is that a British thing?
No, there's those the corn maze, not corn. What are they called?
Corn. Oh, it could be a corn maze.
It's not corn. You know
Oh,
what I
what
meant.
do you
What are they?
mean?
What are those bushes even called? What kind of plant is that?
Just a bush, isn't it?
I think it's a specific type of one though. When they make the mazes, but yes, we have them.
You do have mazes.
Yes, we have NA mazes.
NA mazes.
Mazes.
Mazes. Let's have a look. Let's see what lanes have we got coming up.
And S4. Gotta make the go onto Raven here.
Oh,
Boots on the Pango.
oh, the
Jerax.
swashbuckle into the body block.
I'll take your tribute.
Getting some damage onto Raven.
And they will pull the wave right away. So they're gonna put a lot of pressure onto this safe lane with these two heroes, and I'm excited.
And the Mad Magnus.
We got the Mad Magnus
So
too.
last time he had a rough one.
Precious bounty.
He did.
I believe I can even remember the KD.
Oh,
I think
hedge-
it ended
hedge
1.
maze, hedge
it was
maze,
1-8
by the
and 3.
Precious
1-8 and
bounty.
3. Let's see if he can do better this time. He does like. We'll warn you, ladies and gentlemen. If you are, you do have sensitive eyes. He does build the Aghanim's on his Magnus.
Yeah, he goes the blink. Maybe maybe not this game. We'll see.
We'll see.
It could be decent, the magic damage that comes out versus the Timber, but I mean we'll see what they want to opt for now. Let's take a look at the lanes. We've been so excited.
Is Cuckoo? He's fine. Or is he? Swashbuckle's going to be back up in 5 seconds. Oh. Jarex.
Jarex might actually get the kill here.
Oh, Cuckoo's going to drive the TP out. Swashbuckle is back up in time. Oh, it's not enough damage.
Underwhelming.
Needs a buff.
First level's not really that strong.
It doesn't do a lot.
But the cooldown just gets better and the damage gets better as well. The skill's very hard. So mid, Armel already off to a great start. But we should see Mad farm pretty fine here with that Empower. The damage on Magnus is much higher than the right click of Timbersaw.
Bottom lane, Raven. Time to work on S4 with the Rocket Barrage. Homing missile in as well. S4 is taking a lot of damage here. They're getting in and close and personal. That's going to be first blood for TNC. Finding and punishing the S4 Nyx assassin.
How much did they have to expend for that? They used... Okay, they didn't have to use that much, actually.
Not too much at all.
Cuckoo's out of regen, and Raven has a Tango and a Salve, as well as that Mango.
A great way for Raven to start the game there. Getting that kill, and now...
Yeah.
Well, Jarex will be able to get himself out of range with the Swashbuckle.
The games that I've seen from OG is... at least the one that we got to cast was where they've really suffered in this bottom lane. So I'm going to look to see if they can actually recover that one. They've got a double wave coming in, so S4 will be able to get a decent amount out of it now. But like we said, this Timber could have a very spectacular game.
That's the big worry. It really is for OG. That's the arm out. Could be quite scary, this game.
Bottom lane again. Looking for S4. Raven even pops the Mango here. They're looking for S4. The Carapace was used. The missile.
He's going to have it. Does he need that missile? One more touch. That's all he needs.
He gets it.
Oh, Raven. This bottom lane looking pretty scary for OG. Raven able to consistently run them down with his gyro.
I mean, this is, I was just mentioning it, they've been struggling a lot in their off lane.
Oh, Fly.
Fly as well now will go down.
I mean, these side lanes, I mean, in the mid lane as well, you know, that's not going bad at all. Armel leading the farm only slightly against Mad, but these 2 lanes to the side looking pretty well. Pretty good for TNC. These dual lanes that they're running just seeming to have a bit of an edge over what OG have brought to the laning stage.
Yeah, and I mean, like I was saying, Mad will be able to farm here, but Armel, he can't push him out, is the problem. And once Armel has 6, that's when the threat really comes to that Magnus. And we just keep seeing Tims and Sam H putting a lot of pressure onto this top lane here. Tims now, though, in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, he's got the Shadow Realm, so he should be fine. He's just saving it.
Stick charges for now.
And they are going to try and punch back on him.
The bonds. It's only on one of the melee creeps here, though. It won't be enough to kill Tims.
Oh, finally. Let's see what they can find
The
here.
skewer on mid.
They've got the skewer back, but Armel, he's pretty tanky.
He's got a lot of wand charges, too.
He should be able to walk this one off, and
but
he does.
Look at that. So, Heart Piercer, we were mentioning how great this ability can be versus these armor heroes. So, even if you have the 10 reactive stack, even if with those stacks, if you get hit by Heart Piercer, it puts you to 0. So that could be pretty devastating, and that could be a big way to actually kill that Timbersaw.
As we're seeing, they're going to need a bit more if they want to try and bring down Armel in the laning stage. He's getting a roll out of this, Jarex.
That could play. I mean, that could play a huge factor in the later stages, though. If he's able to just get that pierce off, then they can definitely burst down the Timber.
Ooh. Let's see what Jarex can find here. I think he's looking for the courier. He can't.
Only for Pango. Okay.
Armel. I mean, how do they stop this Timber from farming? It feels like this is just...
They can't slow him down.
They can't. Armel's going to get everything that he wants out of this lane. Bottom lane, Raven, trying to get a bit aggressive again onto S4. CS-wise, as we said, we talked about the mid lane. The same thing for Notel. He's certainly finding the farm on his Troll Warlord, 24 for 10 at the moment. As Fly doing a good job keeping Notel healed up and ready to keep on farming against the duo of TNC.
I'm still reading a little bit about Pango because I have not actually seen this hero interact in a lot of these games.
This is the first game I've ever casted a Pango.
Yep, me too.
And looking forward to seeing some fun from Jarex, see what he can do. Obviously going to be a bit of a slower start than the Ice Pango that we did see earlier because of the slower levels being a support Pango this time round.
Troll getting pretty damn good farm up top though, no tail.
Yeah, he's having a fine time.
S4, even though he's died twice, he's sitting on 21 last hits and level 5 already on this Nyx Assassin, so He is getting away with a decent amount, but now bottom again. S4 getting comboed. That's the Carapace for now,
but they're just going to wait it out. The body blocks as well from Cuckoo. He is going to try and juke this one away. S4, he's looking to run, he's looking to hide. Raven will chase down. There's the Mango, turns with a stun.
Is he going to actually get out here?
He goes for the TP play, and S4, he's going to make it out of there.
That.
With that Mango, that
play.
man goes.
Yeah.
Back to base.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, there we go. Six minutes. It's 3-0 for TNC, but as we can see, the network difference not that great. It's pretty much even. OG, even though they gave her those 3 kills, are still finding pretty much equivalent farm for the lanes. Jerax is getting played upon here as Armel. He wants to get in aggressive, looking for the chance to go for the kill. He gets the arcane boost delivered, so he has got that extra bit of mana. He's got the extra connection. Jerax tries to jump to the side, but he doesn't actually jump up to the high ground there with that swashbuckle. Still, Armel, can he find it? Shield crash down to low ground. He's looking for the juice, but the chakram's there. Armel gets the pick. As, yeah, couldn't quite make it up to the high ground with that swashbuckle. Bottom lane. Another attempt on S4. He does have the spike Carapace.
No TP this time, though.
Indeed, and they've got the grab. Rocket barrage as well. Chasing him down, and now with the level 6, the cooldown comes through. Onto Jerax. S4 will turn. They've got the presence of this Pangolier, and they'll find Raven.
S4 on this Nyx. With that sidestep on the call down, perfectly done, and then Jerax rotation.
Bottom lane. They're able to dive in. Jerax is in underneath the tower with the swashbuckle and picks up a second for OG.
Mid lane, Mad forced to use the RP defensively.
Oh.
Now Armel, he's got the
Wants
arcane
this.
boots. Can he actually?
He just needs the connection with the chakram.
Mad's
Can he
pretty
find
fast.
the angle? Oh, no, he can't. He can still go for this.
He's out of mana.
One more
Soul
spell's
Ring.
all he needs. Oh, he's got the presence of Cuckoo. There we go. He's found it. Cuckoo there to make sure that Mad does not get away. And as you say, that's Mad being forced to use the RP.
Yeah. I mean, we did say this Timber is going to be a problem.
Yeah, Armel's having a great game. He's had a beautiful lane and is certainly going to take quite an answering to from OG if they do wish to have a chance of killing this Timber.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Jerax is close, but he really does have to respect the burst that Armel can knock out if he gets the control. Armel getting towards Jerax. Yeah, I've got the TP in from Mad. Armel is not feeling any sort of fear at the moment.
Just goes and starts hitting this tower now. Tower getting down to 84 HP. They will bring S4 to make sure that they can at least get this deny if that's what they choose to do. And it will be end top. No-Tail gets the bash. Getting stunned up now, though.
Sandwich with that burst strike as well, holding back No-Tail. He'll try and run down Tims. Tims keeps the distance. Slow there onto Sam H, but the maze is down. The bushes are out, and they'll block OG off from chasing for more.
1k gold lead for TNC. Claiming an incredibly early tower. So now we will probably see Mad farm in the jungle and just defending towers with the shockwave to try to farm up that blink, which they're really going to need. And stacking jungle also with for his Troll Warlord later on. Be a pretty good option. Jerax, 8 seconds for that swashbuckle. Armel on the prowl.
Just have to be careful when using it aggressively like such. So Armel, he's looking for the chase. There it is, back up again. Armel really wants to try and find this. Looks like he won't quite be able to though. Bottom lane, an attempt onto S4. They've got the stuns with the homing missile, the root as well. No escape. TNC with the 3 of them able to punish the Nyx assassin. As S4 did hit that 6, but hasn't really been able to do anything with the Vendetta around the map. 6 for 2, TNC maintain the lead. And their cores are getting that bit further out of control in comparison to that of OG.
Yeah. I mean, they're really going to need the Magnus Blink Dagger for them to take any big team fights, as well as those level 6s come out. Once they get 6 on Warlock, 6 on Pango, they can look to start getting aggressive and make these moves. They could make a rotation onto the Gyrocopter when they do have those 6s with the Vendetta, and they can even bring the Troll Warlord down and maybe look for a tower out of it. Cuckoo in this.
He's looking towards Mad. They've got the 3 of them here. The homing missile ready to kick things off. There we have. They've got the control. Stun as well connects. He's stuck under the cooldown. Will be able to skew himself back, but there's the stun from the Willow with the flak. Is it enough to find him? It is. The root controls him. Mad taken down. TNC. Finding kill after kill now. These supports making good rotations.
Yeah.
But OG just aren't able to match at the moment.
I mean, Armel just they don't really have to go to this lane at all. They don't have to help him. He can just do whatever he really wants at this moment in time. And top, Sam H is also just farming with the Sandstorm.
I mean, where do OG look to make a play, do you feel?
They need their 6s. They need
it's
their...
just all about the blinks and such.
Yeah, I mean, they need the 6 on the Warlock at least in order to make any real aggressive play.
Yeah, Tim's down here, left on his own at the moment. Wants to obviously find his level 6. S4's trying to look for the Hunters. Get the hit. He's got the kill.
It's a free one.
Stun and the Vendetta hits enough to take down Tims.
I mean, S4, even though he died a couple of times, he's been having a pretty solid bottom lane. So they do have 6 now on Warlock. They can start to make that aggressive move.
Spotted out there by that warp.
It was.
They know what's coming, and they are prepared. They smoke themselves on the high ground, and instantly they're ready to go. They've got the cooldown off the both of the Matt, trying to screw himself away, but he's brought Armel with him. Pops the RP. The homing missile will still be there to hold down Mad. Raven trying for the roll around. Jerax comes in with the rolling thunder, looking to try and control Raven, but the play isn't quite there from Jerax. Doesn't manage to find the full control on Raven. They have lost the Rubik, but TNC got what they came for. They got the 2 kills, taking down both Mad and Fly. Top lane as well, Sam H. The help with this Willow, bringing No-Tail down low, and there's the Shadow Realm hit to finish off the kill. The Terrorize is going to come through. No, it's not. The Spike Carapace holding Tims back, but Sam H will still survive. Burrow Strike as he gets himself out away from this Nyx Assassin. S4's trying to chase Tims, but Tims will hold him back with the stun. Does hit the stun himself, S4, but he's going pretty deep, and now Cuckoo's turned up. Telekinesis to hold back S4. He's got the heal of Fly. Fly playing around with the idea of the Chaotic Offering. They'll try for the stun, not going to quite connect, as S4 keeps themselves safe and alive in the tree line. But each and every one of these plays, you know, Maddie's trying to get involved, but they're prepared for it every single time, TNC.
Yeah. He's now used the RP twice in a defensive aspect. But yeah, that ward that they placed early on to watch the movement, super crucial there. Warlock still hasn't been able to get the Chaotic Offering when they tried to do it in those 2 situations. The Empower now, though, is it's only level 2, but they have thrown it onto No-Tail, so he can start farming some of those stats with the Ancients once he pulls it.
All about No-Tail's farm. He's got to catch up somehow if OG wish to have a hope here, because this Gyro and Timbersaw are getting very far ahead. Armel and Raven.
They're all grouped up here. They walked just under vision of TNC, and even another ward placed down just to make sure they've got eyes and tabs on them, and are now level 13.
Let's see what they can do here. Can they actually get anyone caught out? They're going to go forward S4. Keeping eyes on them. More TPs coming in from OG. They are interested in trying to take a fight here.
Jerax is committing the ulti.
He's looking to roll in, but already Armel Timber chains himself down. He's got the hood. Trying to get himself out of there. Good control from Jerax. Is it enough? There comes the Burst Trap, but the Chaotic Offering's down on 2. There's the RP backup. They'll hold down the Timbersaw. They'll hold down Sam H. Sam H will be able to walk himself out. In fact, Raven's going to be here with a turnaround. As sure they killed the Timber, but it's cost them 3 of their lives. Fly's trying to TP out. He's not going to make it. Cuckoo finds him in the tree line with the Telekinesis. Triple kill for Cuckoo. As TNC hit back hard. OG throwing multiple ultimates down onto the Timbersaw. Sure. They do get him and Sam H, but TNC were more than prepared to react to that. Cuckoo getting huge amounts of damage out there, some big steals as well. I think the shockwave and such, because they did group up so much on OG and just a massive amount of burst with Raven at these sort of fights at this stage of the game where Gyro really hits his early peak.
I mean, Shockwave's actually a pretty damn good spell on Rubik to steal. It's a 7-second cooldown nuke for 300 damage, plus that no field aura. So a lot of magic damage.
Yeah, huge damage from TNC.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said it yourself, OG, they had to expend all their ultis pretty much to make sure that they kill this Timber.
Yeah.
And that's when Raven can come for the cleanup with Cuckoo.
And look at this, straight up. They've got the blink on Sam H. They have Epicenter. They're ready to try and look for a play whilst they know that OG do not have all their ultimates available.
And they've still got this aggressive ward down now too. So watching OG, they're watching No-Tail.
Perfect vision onto No-Tail. They're coming with the Burrow Strike Epicenter as well. No-Tail getting chased down. No Shadow Word from Fly will be enough to heal off No-Tail as he will fall. They get the pick that they were after, slowing down this Troll Warlord even more. 15-6 now for TNC.
S4 is going to be going for Meteor Hammer. We've seen this several times now in the Nyx Assassin.
Seems to be the one they like, and very nice as we said, but they have got good team fight control and stuns, so a lot of things to sort of follow up a Meteor Hammer with.
Yeah, I mean, if they get an RP on several heroes, they can stun, Meteor Hammer follow. can be pretty good for them. And they've got the blink now
They do.
on Mad. So
And they've got RP back online, so
they
we'll
can
see
look
what
for
they can
these
find.
plays. And Jarex is also getting very close to a Spirit Vessel, so that's really going to help versus Armel on this Timber. But
Yeah.
he's almost got a Yules as well, so he can kind of counteract it a bit of the times. Raven, top of that net worth though with this Mask of Madness build. So getting all those involved kills top. TNC looking to play around bottom. OG.
Armel's on his own mid. The question is really, do OG have any sort of interest in popping the ults for just a Timbersaw once again?
Four.
He's going to tease around a little bit with Armel. Obviously no sort of kill threat coming out from the Nyx Assassin alone. Mad has got an Invis rune and a haste rune. This could be good to set up something big if TNC do group up. The rest of OG, though, they are starting to head over towards Mad, but they aren't super close. They pop a sentry down. They've got eyes on Mad. They've got the Telekinesis Burrow Strike. That'll be the Magnus out of the fight. No chance for an RP when TNC are reading the map as well as they are prepared each and every time. They will probably lose Cuckoo off the back of this. And that is the least of their worries there, because that could have got a whole lot messier. But Cuckoo was prepared with the sentry. They had the grab. And again, struggles for Mad as he just can't find these RP opportunities.
TNC just very prepared every single time. And they've been playing a lot as a unit.
They have.
Just because, I mean, this is what this hero can cause. Like these heroes like Timbersaw, like these Broods or something that just, you put them in a lane and they're gonna have pretty much a great time. You have to commit so many resources to stop them. So they have a lot of liberty to move around the map while Armel just can kind of do anything. He has a lot of freedom here.
As a Veil on Tims. I mean, between the Veil on Tims and the null field from the Rubik and the magical damage they have, this is going to be quite something for OG. And OG, they don't really have a hero that's going to be building any sort of these auras, really. They're sort of the pipe, the mech. I mean, obviously, we did see in the Nessie game, the Pango did build the Greaves, but in the support capacity, even if Jarex wanted to do that, it would be a long, long way away. And top lane, Jarex is going to try and open up here onto Armel. Just the Spirit Vessel out onto him. Armel trying to get himself out of it. Piercer proc will come through, but again with the Timber Chain, Armel keeping his distance. He's running. He's doing his best to get himself out of here, and he will be able to create the distance. They just can't lock down that Timber.
That was close. But they ran out of Spirit Vessel charges, so they couldn't really continue the chase and losing that gap close. And like you were mentioning, so much magic damage on TNC.
S4's walked into this, but they're prepared. Sentry's down. And S4 will get punished. And look at that. That's a bit of a dream still there for Cuckoo. He's got his own vendetta. Yeah, ready to scout things out and find the setup for TNC.
A lot of ways to get vision now. And they really need to get the Troll Ward with the BKB. Like you're saying, the Veil picked up on Tim's early on.
Yeah.
So much magic damage.
And look at this with his vendetta. They're going to catch Mad off guard. Telekinesis, he will be able to get the skewer down to the low ground. The Shadow Word here looks like he will be safe this time. Mad able to get himself out of range of danger, but the space is there for TNC to put pressure onto that tier 2 tower top.
Yeah, and Armel took the 100 damage down too, so he does hit towers pretty well. But these sentries by TNC, both times now, bottom side catching Mad, top side catching S4.
And again, not just the wards as well.
Yeah,
they've been spots out this smoke.
I mean, they've been really on point with their warding game.
Yeah, I think the support player as a whole has been very strong from TNC.
Yeah.
Tims and Kuka this game just playing at full force.
And you can see that OG, they've been trying to protect their areas too. You see those 4 sentries placed bottom to try to protect that triangle of farm. But not TNC, they've snuck those deeper wards, as you pointed out. OG. They really need the dream right now for OG is really getting a big fight and then getting into the Roche pit with their heroes, because with that Empower as well as Troll Warlord, they can bring it down very quickly. But they need to get a very successful pick off here, because TNC's team fight is still very strong. And there's a full BKB now on Raven too.
Yeah, seeing the dream item timings here on this Gyro Raven. Fantastic amounts of farm. No-Tail he's climbing his way back up there though with the impact. And as quickly as you say, so the BKB's there for one. He's also close to his other, and in fact, they have found the grab here. Dark Willow, dragging him back in. He's got the Terrorize, though, sends them back at Tims. He'll be able to get himself out of there. Quick force for Sam H. And the power of the Terrorize.
4-second fear. Jarex continuing to farm up on this Pango. Has the Blink Dagger now finished, so they have a first way to start the fight. I think if they can start the fight with the Pango and then throw like a rock, it can cause a lot of chaos, and that can be what's crucial for them to set up the RPs for Mad. Because I mean, initiating with a Mag RP, never the dream.
No.
We talk about. I mean, I think we beat that one to death.
And it's actually they absolutely have to have the Noto BKB on, because at this stage, even if they get a good RP, if you don't get that Willow, she will just be terrorizing any sort of follow-up away from it. Noto won't be able to get in and get the hits off bottom lane. They're just going to pop the RP for the poor old Sam H, as he is still alive now. Finally gets taken off. TPs are coming through. They are going to look to try and punish OG for this, as Armel comes in close to the gap. Jerax and Notel are there with the backup. They will push Armel away from chasing for more.
Armel was dangerously low on mana.
He is still at the moment. That's four.
Carapace.
Very nicely done there. Cuts off the Timber Chain escape. As OG will end up finding a second. Initially maybe looked like a bit of a heavy commitment with the RP just onto one, but it takes the attention from Timbersaw down to the bottom lane, and they end up killing Armel as well.
Yeah, and they can look to just go take another fight after that. They still have the Chaotic offering. Sure, they've used a couple ultis, but with that Warlock ult, they can still look to catch TNC off guard, trying to use that quick pace.
Full blink dagger on Cuckoo, so a lot easier for him to get these big steals. As you sort of said yourself in the draft, a lot of nice things that he can get his hands on, especially these big ultimates. Get in and grab a good old RP or the Dream, the Chaotic offering. We'll see what he can find and get his hands on. BKB for Notel, Shadowblade for Mad.
Yeah, S4 had the Meteor Hammer finished a bit ago too, and we'll be going for a blink to follow up those initiations, but now TNC, they're looking for a fight.
And neither team yet to look towards Rush.
Radiant are scanning.
If OG are in like a position where they take a fight near their jungle, they can quickly transition into that Rush. But because they killed the Timbersaw all the way down bottom, they couldn't just beeline to that Rush. It was a bit too far away.
If Mad comes up and farms that wave, he could be in trouble. They're sort of hovering around mid and top. See where they want to go. TNC, they see Mad up top. They want to get this Magnus out. They know he's going to have RP back in 10 seconds, but Mad, he's playing it safe.
He reads the move.
Clears the wave, instantly backs up, and makes sure that he's not in a position to be caught out. Rejoining the team, RP is at the ready. TNC, they're almost certainly keeping track of the timings.
I think S4 is going to snipe Courier here.
Always got anything on?
Oh, they have a Sentry and Obs there. They're able to cut it away. And now they have another Sentry.
They want to punish him for that. He's got the Spike Carapace, but still the homing missiles in. On the back of it, they're looking for Armel. Can they finish him off? They drop the Chaotic offering. Armel's still alive, though. Timber chains himself up to the high ground. He's going to be able to survive this. He gets himself away, and Raven's actually come in. He's cleaned up a second. He got S4. He finds Fly as well. Sam H goes up to the high ground. Looking for Jerax and Notel. Notel incredibly low, looking to get himself back towards the shrine. In fact, he's running further away. He knows that he has to just get the distance between them. He's running. He's hiding behind the old bush. Is it going to be enough? Oh, he's got him! Cuckoo! And Sam H in and on top of Notel will pick up a third.
The warding by TNC again. That time they spot out the initiation from the Nyx Assassin, get another Sentry down. And even though OG gets the initiation on the front lines, they weren't able to burst that Timber in time.
Yeah, they got so close to bringing down Armel. But yeah, with this build as well, the sort of the Yule Scepter and the Vanguard, it's something a little different now. It makes him very hard to kill.
Yeah, I actually didn't even see with the Vanguard.
I mean, it's so hard for him to go for plays. He's got to know by now there's so
many
sentries up just everywhere. As S4 tries to go in, but instantly the Chakram comes out. They put the Terrorize to send Mad back and make sure that there's no savior for S4. It's just almost impossible for OG to play around with the Invis this game, as TNC just have eyes on them every single time, where you sort of got to ask yourself, I mean, do you still think the Shadowblade was the correct pick for this Magnus? Would you maybe like to see a 4-star or some other way to get in? Because you're never gonna catch TNC by surprise. They've got sentries everywhere.
I mean, TNC is just very prepared. They're just incredibly prepared for the Nyx Assassin, and yeah, I think maybe the Shadowblade could have been something else, but
like a BKB or a 4. I mean, he's going back for the BKB now. He is getting the BKB now match, yeah.
He wanted to have that different way to be able to initiate the fight. So we do see that time and time again when we used to see Mag a lot. Sure. The Blink and the Shadowblade to get the better avenues to initiate, but yeah, TNC, they're just, I mean, these warding games have been ridiculous. It's like these deep wards, and then always having a ward and a sentry when they're in between, like, the river. That's for getting punished for trying to go for that courier. It is Raven, 10, 1, and 7. Only that one death that he had in the laning phase.
He's having a solid old time.
And now a gem. Purchased up.
We'll see how it goes. We have seen games, of course, it was yesterday where TNC had quite the lead. They did end up letting that game slip away from them. I mean, that was a game where Raven was like 16-0 and 11. So KDA is not always everything.
That's a TNC special. Having watched a lot of TNC, they do have difficulty closing games out. So this one, OG is definitely not out of it just yet, but it's looking quite hard at the moment with the way that TNC's been playing and the way they've just been prepared for all of OG's movements.
Absolutely, because I think the sort of the difference in a lot of the games where that happens, it is where sort of Raven is the only one far ahead. But the thing this time around is the fact that not just Raven, but Armel is also having a fabulous game. So you have these two cores that are incredibly scary. As we've seen Armel being able to get himself away through him. So sort of imminent death, even with OG dropping ultimates on him and look towards mid. Cuckoo comes out from the Stolen Vendetta, gets good hit onto S4, will blink himself away. Doesn't want to stick around anymore.
The big concern for me for OG is, though, is that No Tail, he's 0-3-1 on the Troll Warlord so far this game. He actually hasn't been able to really get involved.
Yeah, very, very slow game in that sense. It's a full Bloodstone for Armel now as well. So if TNC can keep the fights going their ways.
I mean, as long as TNC doesn't really group and get caught by a multi-hero RP Fatal Bonds, they should be pretty okay in the team fights. But that's always the thing that you have to watch out for when you're playing versus like Mag. If you do get caught by like a 3 or 4 man RP versus with Troll Warlord, you're all more than likely gonna die.
And Jerax with his build, so after the Spirit Vessel Blink is queuing up the Diffuser Blade.
Yeah, I mean this is. We've seen it.
We haven't seen it a lot of variants,
officials.
really.
Yeah, a lot of variants. Like we've seen like the Basher builds. We saw, like you mentioned, Ice went for the Guardian Greaves.
Yep.
Mana is very important to have on Pango, but Diffusal always really nice to get that constant mana burn.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it 200 mana burn, a Swashbuckle, I believe.
Yep. They know better than me. Not a Pango player here.
Let's see what they can find here. TNC. Close by, they're looking for a fight. Raven's just going to walk up it. OG, they do have the full fight, man.
He's got Aegis, so it looks like he's trying to actually tempt them to use the spells onto him for that initial death. And Armel did finish up the Bloodstone right before the fight, and they have passed him the gem, so he's looking to just be that frontliner to scout out the movements from both S4 and Mad.
A DD
a bottled DD too, so they can save it.
Scans there. They know No Tail's about. Cuckoo with this Vendetta. He's closing the gap onto No Tail. They've got him straight away with the grab. Chaotic Offering's going to get popped down. They pop the RP. They manage to catch two, and now the damage is coming out from No Tail where he cuts through the Aegis of the Jara and the life of Cuckoo. But Armel, he's still surviving through it all. Forces Mad to skewer himself away, and Raven's ready for round 2. Turns towards S4 with the BKB. He'll find the Nyx Assassin. Mad able to just blink away in time. OG, get out of there. So OG, they do take the Aegis out of the hands of Raven, but on top of that, only get the Rubik. They lose S4. It did cost them the RP and the Chaotic Offering, and with the use of both of those two ults, I don't know if it's quite enough from OG. They wanted more out of that, and they just aren't getting it. No Tail.
He's looking for somebody here, but with his BKB down, he can't actually look for the further chase. And Armel trying to stalk Jerax, but has to back out. And this is, I mean, that is the power of having an Aegis, though, right, versus RP.
You just tank it.
Yeah, you tank. Just be in that front line. Doesn't matter if you die that one time.
Now, OG certainly need quite a bit more out of those sort of team fights if they want to try and get themselves back on top, as it still stands 8k advantage for TNC.
And there's going to be a butterfly coming out soon for Raven. That's going to cause them even more problems, limiting the Troll's damage. I mean, it's essentially a 4 protect 1 on OG.
Yeah.
They really have to rely so much on this Troll. While TNC, they've actually kind of got a 4 protect 1 too, but because of how well Armel is doing, it does make it a little bit different.
They're going for a smoke play here, TNC. They know the ults are down. No RP for 35 seconds, no Chaotic Offering for 80 seconds. A perfect time for them to pick an engagement. Let's see if they can get anything. Mad and Jerax starting to head out of the base.
Uh-oh, Mad. He does break the smoke.
Who are they going to jump for? They're going to jump up to the high ground here. The smoke was dispelled. I think they thought that someone was up here, but it was actually No Tail to the side. So TNC won't find anyone off the back of that play.
They're thinking there's a ward somewhere, though, because the way that TNC made that movement, you see them constantly pinging around. It's like even putting down more sentries. They're like, it seems like they have vision because of that move, but TNC actually does not.
That should help.
Is that the butterfly? Almost done. on Raven. And No Tail just going to be going for Scotty, as we've seen in the past. When we used to see more Troll Magnus, it's all about that stats.
Absolutely. It really is, because they know that they just have to somehow get the two of them in on the front lines and make sure that No Tail can start punching away with those axes without worrying about dying.
He is going to need an MKB, though, at some point, because of that butterfly. Maybe he'll change it up soon.
And definitely is worrying, though, for OG. I mean, a lot of the times when you do have this sort of melee carry and a Magnus, you do not expect to be a few thousand behind the enemy core. You normally do hope to be on top, and No Tail's still got a bit of climbing to do to get there.
The thing is, though, that Jerax has been farming a lot this game. 133 last hits, and look at him on the net worth. He's above Sam H on the Sand King. So level 19 on this Pango already. It's actually higher level than No Tail.
See if they can find anything with this smoke. They've got the big team fight ultimates. It is just Cuckoo here on the front. Not really the target they would hope for. They want something bigger. They know someone's here. Smoke does get dispelled as they come in close. Double wards down though, Cuckoo. He's got the vision on the high ground. They know that they're around. Sentry's down as well, but S4 will jump in, immediately popping the BKB and the chaotic offering. He's actually going to catch the two on the sidelines. Matt comes in with the RP. Forces there to bring the Dark Bullet to the side. Skewer comes through, but Armel's still alive for now. Now Raven's ready with the counterplay. Comes in with a BKB. Flat Cannon has taken down No Tail. Looks towards the second. Finds Fly as the rest of OG have to scatter. They have to run. Sam H, though, he's on the hunt. He has the Yule Scepter onto Jarek. Jarek tries for the jump out. Swashbuckles himself to the low ground, but Sam H is ready to chase with the Burrow Strike. Homing missile down upon him. He's got some damage reduction from the shield crash, but it's not enough as Raven helps clean up. They find 3. And again, this is OG using the RP, the chaotic offering. They'll get the courier, but they do not get the team fight. They're just unable to win these 5-on-5s, even with the big commitments. They may even lose more.
They only got Cuckoo with that. S4 will be able to TP out. It seems though the Terrorize just unable to catch him.
Yeah, Jack's not quite speedy enough.
Who force-staffed the Timbersaw in that fight too?
So forced off Gorlo, didn't he?
Sam H. It looks like Sam H force-staffed Timbersaw after the RP went off. Because I did see him get pushed out after all that initiation. So that was actually a pretty nice force coming out from Sam H. And now
they're just diving in the base. S4 just dies underneath the tier force.
That's a Rax. And now there's no RP for them to defend. No chaotic offering either.
TNC are going to take this with no trouble at all. They take the mid-Rax.
Moving top.
They want to take more. OG now 14k behind. Mad, he's coming forward, but as you say, no RP. Can they really achieve anything here? OG in terms of trying to slow down TNC. They'll try and jump forward. They do get the skew onto 2, but immediately Raven just pops the BKB with the cooldown. He's ready to turn. They've got the stolen skew as well for Cuckoo, holding them in place. They've lost the both of them. They'll have to buy back immediately on No Tail. No Tail looking for a target, pops the BKB, but already Armel's down to the side. Jarrett tries to go with the Rolling Thunder, but has to swashbuckle himself back up. They do manage to keep those racks alive, but it's an expensive defense as 2 buybacks are committed and they can't get a kill.
They get the instant disable before the BKB came out from No Tail and kill him instantly. And then when he buys back, he actually used the BKB to try to get some chase kills. So now it's down to 6 seconds already at this point. He's queued up the MKB, but look at his net worth. It's just dwindling away.
Precious bounty.
It's getting pretty rough indeed for OG as TNC are playing all guns blazing.
I think OG actually just needs to deny this Roche from TNC, or they won't be able to take any of these next upcoming fights. Because even if they do land some beautiful RP, anything like that, if they're versus an Aegis Cheese, it's nullified entirely.
I mean, and as we're seeing as well, these sort of 2-man RP chaotic offerings, they're not enough. They have to somehow find more, which is, it certainly feels pretty impossible. They've been scanned out. TNC, they know what's up. Armel's just going to walk himself straight into the pit. No Tail desperately hitting away at Roche. OG know that they need something big to try and come back into this one. He's only tickling onto this Timbersaw, and now there's the jump forward. Looking for No Tail. He does have the BKB back up, but he gets telekinesis to terrorize as well, locking him down in place. He can't do anything here. No Tail falling off, he gets dead. The Bedlam comes through. That's No Tail gone for 96. They'll drop the county offering, but this fight is too split up for OG to take at all. As TNC just clean them up one by one. 3 dead on OG. Jarek swashbuckles his way up to the high ground that they're chasing. He'll quickly go out with a shield crash and blink dagger towards the mid lane. The OG are trying to take these creeps away, but the creeps up top are already in the base of OG. And with Mad and No Tail down for a good minute, This seems like this should be a big opportunity for TNC to look to close this game up. And they will.
And they call it GG.
GG is called, ladies and gentlemen. TNC will take down OG in this match. And they look pretty good doing it as well. That final pick, Timbersaw, certainly proved to be an issue as OG had no answer to it in the mid lane. Raven got all the space in the world to farm. And some fantastic support play. The sort of prioritization on the warding made it impossible for S4 with the Vendetta and Magnus with the Mad with the Shadowblade to actually do anything.
Yeah,
they had their number every time, TNC.
That was probably the most impressive thing to me. Like, sure, Raven had a spectacular game because of all the space he was given, but the wards from TNC just, they read all the movements from OG, and every single time when S4 was creeping in the backlines, they found him. That was definitely a really impressive showing by TNC, and OG still looking to suffer when they do pick the mag.
They do. Unfortunately, you know, which is a shame because we want to see the Magnet. It's a fun hero, but it's not working out for OG. Another time that they try it and it does fail.
And Pango loses.
Pango does lose.
And I believe on the other stream, Pango also lost too.
No,
I think but I think there was another pick of Pango, so I think there's now been 2 losses for the Pango.
Wow, Dark Willow in a bit of a better standings at the moment. Yeah, another game where Tim's 4-1-11. On the old Willow. But yeah, TNC, this is sort of the stuff we've seen at sort of previous lands as well, where they do have these games where they really do look like just the top of the top, these guys. They can look at an incredibly terrifying SEA side. I mean,
Armel Timber is also that big threat. That last pick, teams have to watch out for that. When you don't have a lot of magical damage, when you're really relying on physical, and this hero comes out, it really does cause big problems.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. TNC take the game against OG. Don't go anywhere, though. Yes, we will be back for the final matchup of the day, which I believe is VG versus LGD.
It is.
It is. We'll see you in a few minutes.